The crew worldwide, from Cali to Twitter, real hardcore fans, boxing ass niggas, consistency cops, police the views, we'll pull up receipts for any debate you choose. Shout outs to Clanarchy for the dope production. Ring gang stay with the best discussions.
Ring Gang Radio.
Then we have two cards on Saturday. The one, of course, I will talk about the zone one, where we have Jaime Munguia making what looks like this is going to be his final defense of his WBO junior middleweight title against Patscorpio.
Final? Like, what's going on?
Well, apparently Munguia is, he's decided that he's outgrown light middleweight.
They ran out of jobbers to feed him. Jobbers that wouldn't lay down.
Right, yeah. And there's a lot. For those who know, Munguia's had a hell of a 2019. Earlier this year, he faced a Japanese fighter in an absolutely bruising slugfest. Like it was one of them slugfests where you just couldn't believe the amount of damage that was delivered and how Munguia didn't go down, or a Japanese fighter for that matter.
Yeah. Munguia still edged it, but you a champion. You ain't supposed to be having those type of fights with that type of opposition. So,
but remember what I always say though: Japanese fighters are a different breed.
They are, no doubt. We know they are, but still, exactly. Man.
Mm-hmm.
Especially he was a bigger man as well. Like,
yeah, he was, and dude ate some punches.
Yeah, like you can have a hard fight without catching a lot of hands like that. Like, what was that fight Cotto had before the Ali fight? He fought
the cat that expired, Robert Guerrero. Kamagai. There we go.
Kamagai, yeah. Like, Cotto, like that was a hard fight. Like, Kamagai, he hung in there. He landed some shots on Cotto, but for the most part, Cotto put hands on him and dominated dude, and let it be known that look, I'm Miguel fucking Cotto, and this is Kamagai. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
You supposed to do that, especially in Cotto, and Kamagai was bigger than Cotto.
Yeah, he was. And punch is pretty hard too. So
Kamagai no pushover. So come on, Munguia, and you in your prime.
Right. Yeah, and then in that fight though, you would have thought that was a wake up, but that fight led to probably the biggest.
The robbery of the year.
Yeah, the biggest robbery where Munguia fought.
There's been some robberies.
Yeah, this one was a special kind of robbery because first of all, Munguia. No one really had heard of Dennis Hogan. It was one of those fights where you're just like, okay, nah. I was thinking it was on its own Mexican card and everything like that on its own.
That was going around the world. Well, what did we say? Like, we gave him the tough English cat. Mm-hmm. And then Liam Smith. Let's see.
We give him a Canadian. Then we gave him the tough Japanese fighter.
Tough Japanese fighter. He was struggling on that. So we can't deal no more Ryus and shit. Take the Street Fighter plane. Go to Scotland.
Yeah, or Australia. I think the dude was Australian.
Okay, they went down under. Okay, so they took the Street Fighter plane. Went down under.
Yeah.
And then
Dennis
Hogan come back up.
And then Dennis Hogan proceeded to put hands on Munguia. And Dennis Hogan has 7 knockouts. And Munguia, and this is probably the first time you see Munguia really get put on skates by a light hitting fighter. Like it was kind of like it was kind of like you raised your eyebrow.
He was getting rocked in that fight.
Yeah, he was getting rocked over and over again.
That's why you can't look at the punch. Like you can't look at knockouts. The knockouts don't tell the whole story, because a lot of fighters can punch, but they don't have the temperament or other skills, to finish the guy.
Mm-hmm.
but they punch clean.
Yeah.
And if they're landing, on a guy like Munguia, you keep landing like that, you'll hurt somebody. And then he did over and over, like
he did over
8 to 4 round type of fight, like 116, 112 type of fight.
Yeah, and Hogan was good. Like Hogan, like he wasn't rocked in the belt. Like Hogan handed out the ass whooping.
Yeah. Hogan won. Like he won clean. Now I'm not saying Munguia got washed. No. Munguia, he won some rounds, and he put hands on Hogan. He let him know it was a fight, but we're talking about clear loss. Yeah, he still lost. Yeah, easy.
Very much so. Yeah. So it led to
big ass robbery.
Yeah, so it led to some interesting situations. Now Jesse Vargas had decided to compete in the 154 division, and he's on Matchroom and was campaigning for a title shot. Munguia would not give it to him, unless it was a catchweight fight. Now, catchweight fight is the fun thing is it wasn't a catchweight within 154. It was a middleweight catchweight of 156, which means Munguia wouldn't have to put his belt on the line.
Yeah, that's semi-duck. Like that's on some like, yeah, we didn't want it with Jesse Vargas.
Right, Jesse Vargas make
Yo, Jesse Vargas be putting the fear of God in too many of these fighters. Like, like Kell Brook ain't won it. Damn, Munguia found the way.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, you would think. I mean,
what is it with Jesse Vargas?
It boggles my like that's why I was like, Munguia has the size and the punching power. Like I don't know what it is, or maybe because it's the Dennis Hogan fight maybe had him a little shell shock.
I think so too.
So instead,
and Vargas does have technique and straight up fundamental boxing skills.
Yeah, and plus he's also Mexican too. So
yeah, he's gonna go to war. He's gonna and he lands his right hand on everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So that was too dangerous. So instead, we got this cat from Ghana, and you look at his record. I mean, doesn't really. I mean, like I said, it may not tell the whole story. I mean, he has 30 wins, 24 knockouts, I believe, 4 losses, but pretty much every time he stepped up in competition, he lost. So
they finally gave him the grizzled, tough African fighter.
Yeah.
These niggas really went around the globe looking for people.
Yeah. Jobbers are the international version.
Oh man, yo, this was like y'all just killed the DLC content. Like I think y'all downloaded the whole roster for this dude.
Yeah, I mean, one thing about Golden Boy, like actually it's not really Golden Boy because I mean he's signed to like Zanford Promotions, I believe, and then he's co-promoted by Golden Boy, something like that.
But the fact that we live in a day and age where a 154-pound champion avoided Jesse Vargas, I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, that's that's some old bullshit right there.
I'm just thinking about like in the history of any 154, like who would have avoided Jesse Vargas?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, I can't imagine them. Trinidad said, you know what? Nah, it's Jesse Vargas, dude. Oh man! Ah, wow. Fernando Vargas ducking down Jesse. Nah, I can't see that.
Yeah, I mean, actually, you never know. I mean, like I said, there's probably something in that stuff. Cause I know Munguia now, I believe, is also being trained by Eric Morales, I believe.
Ooh.
So if anything, that's a plus. I mean, Morales obviously is one of the GOAT Mexican fighters.
Hell yeah.
For 25 years. So if Munguia is being trained by him, it can only help him improve.
It better shit.
Yeah.
But Morales can't fight for him.
That's also true. So I mean, we're gonna see if this cat, if Allotey, can do his thing. And this is being held at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. I personally hate that new name. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm like, Dignity. Like, nigga, StubHub.
Yeah, StubHub. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, the fuck? I mean, and StubHub is where gladiators go. I mean, that's where a lot of classic fights pop off. You know, and you know, you can't. Yeah, first of all, Dignity Health Sports Park. Nah, whoever's.
It's just too long. Like, no one's saying all that shit.
No, we found at the hub. You know what I'm saying? The hub.
Yeah, change that shit back.
Exactly, and then usually when fighters fight at the hub, sometimes they get motivated to go to war. So
yeah, this is African. What's his name again?
Patrick.
Allotey.
Yeah.
Allotey might, he might get this StubHub spirit, and if he got decent power and he's able to find that right hand.
I mean, he's 70%. He has a 70% knockout ratio. So I mean, we'll see.
He might do so. I mean, Munguia needs to blast this guy out, but don't hold your breath.
Yeah, exactly. And then however, though, it does have this fight. That fight though has an interesting chief support. It has Ryan Garcia, who's pretty much, trying to be, boxing's, like most downloaded, most followed social media, like athlete, in the world, and he has a little bit of a test. I mean, he'll be facing Avery Sparrow. Avery Sparrow, it was last time you saw him out, he was on the Farmer Carroll card, the one in Philly, the one that was actually and of course that's a perfect example of a card that on paper that was kind of like, but the action delivered literally on like every single fight, including this one when him and Hank Lundy went to war, and Sparrow won the, I think, majority decision. So, Ryan Garcia, I mean, it'll be a good test to see if Garcia's head is in the right place, because, instead of all being in his social media and whatnot. So
yeah, he can fight a hungry dude that's, coming to fight, seasoned a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
It just, a lot of these fights that's coming on this whole weekend, it's about how they're going to look against these opponents, because a lot of the opponents, we don't know them like that, or we may see them once or twice. Mm-hmm. So it's not too much to break down with these niggas. I mean, a lot of them are showcase fights, but I do like that, Ryan Garcia is, stepping it up and, fighting and, the bigger, the more noticeable names.
Right, exactly.
That's one thing I compared to a lot of the other guys, his rivals, he does do that. Then, he got the social media shit going for him, but, your followers can't fight for you.
Exactly.
So hopefully, he gets the jab going and he doesn't pull straight back and catch overhands like he's susceptible,
Yeah, exactly.
And just let off those combos because he has beautiful combinations, quick hands.
Yeah,
we want to see a good fight. And it is what it is.
I mean, to me, that fight will probably. I mean, I'll probably put an upset alert on that fight because it's very possible. An upset.
Yeah,
if an upset happens,
if he gets into a little dog fight, of course.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean the Munguia card. I mean, and of course, obviously has a whole bunch of has other prospects on that card or whatnot. Even the return of Pablo Cesar Cano. Who of course is off finishing. Who finished Linares early this year in one round after knocking him down 4 times. So you might see a couple of fades on the undercards. As you're
just now. Remember now, just to bring it back, and then just to show how great, Eric Morales is, he got a win over Canelo. just tough fight, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that fight was. It's hard. Yeah, because it's hard. Morales was actually an active fighter earlier in this decade. And that was his last title win too, if I'm not mistaken. That was because he picked up.
Legend.
Is this the same Kano that Paulie Malignaggi basically got a narrow win on?
Yeah.
Got a gift.
Yeah. I saw it.
Yeah, got knocked out. Unfortunately for Kano, as much as I like to really pump that one, Kano didn't make weight for that fight, which is like, even if he won, he wasn't going to become champion. So it's just like,
Yeah, but I mean, if you're the superior boxer,
Paulie though,
you're supposed to dominate, look better.
Yeah, and that was probably the first crack that Paulie was, kind of slipping. Really,
I don't know about that. I just, water seeks its level.
Well, I mean, outside of the Zab Judah fight, Paulie never really looked too great after that.
Yeah, but look who Zab and that Zab Judah, bro. Like, who didn't even try for that fight.
No.
I think he tried for maybe 2 rounds and just gave up. Like,
yeah, that was one of the rounds they actually knocked Paulie down in too.
Now imagine that. Like, come on. You can't even get his nigga credit for the fight.
No. To me, Paulie could wash Amir Khan. Like,
that's one of the few times you see Amir really put hands on somebody, like put some serious hands on Paulie.
I thought he was done after the Hatton fight, to be honest. Yeah, everything else was like circumstantial wins in his favor after that.
Yeah, and then of course, then of course he lost the belt. Eventually he lost it to no, that was the 140 belt. He lost the he won the welterweight belt. He lost to the Broner, and then a slide happened after that.
Oh man, Porter put some fucking hands on him.
Yeah, I know. So, it's amazing how far the rabbit hole goes, especially with some of these fighters. Like, you realize they've been around here for a hot minute. Kano,
for real.
And fucking Kano's not even that old too. He's like in his early 30s too. And you're like, yeah, he fought Eric Morales, an old Eric Morales. So it's just like, damn. Time flies in boxing. It really does sometimes. And then of course we have the final card, and probably the card that most eyes will be on, on ESPN Plus. We have Tyson Fury, who is, making his this is his top ranked debut, right?
Nah, that was the last fight.
Oh yeah, the last.
No, it's not.
No. He's defending his lineal heavyweight championship again.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, against Otto. He's German, so it's either Wallin or Wallin or whatever you want to pronounce it.
Hold on, the Whalers? Hold on. The cats who sang with Bob Marley? No. Oh,
yeah,
man.
So
that'd probably be a better fight. Yeah. A bunch of Jamaicans with knives going after Fury. Shit. I'd rather see that. Get some cigar type shit going.
Facts too. Whole bunch of Aikido going.
Oh man, to see slipping knives. They throw stage equipment at them. Duck your bomber club. Oh man, but yeah, man. Of course, I'm gonna see this fight, but am I hyped for it? Hell no.
Yeah, no. And only because the only time you may have seen Otto Wallin or Wallin fight was he was on a Showbox card, the last one, and it was a fight that he didn't look too spectacular. Even though it only lasted a round, and it stopped because of, I think it was a clash of heads and turned into a no contest. And he didn't look impressive at all, not even for a little bit until we saw him. So you go from that to facing Tyson Fury, and most people are like, why? And then most people are like, who the hell is this dude? I think that's like 98% of the people. Who the hell is Otto Wallin?
I'm pretty sure that's 80%. No, scratch that. 90% of Fury's resume. Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Fury's resume is like the thinnest I've seen at like for like a guy who's a elite for the division. Like he literally has like only 4 names, like Cunningham, Chisora, Wilder, and wait. Oh, Klitschko, yeah, Klitschko, yeah. Damn, I'll forget that.
Yeah, and,
he literally has 4 names. Now he's beat all 4 of those names
in shitty fashion.
Yeah.
Not the Wilder fight. Yeah.
I mean the Klitschko fight. Let's call it like it is. It was a
that shit was
shitty-ass fight.
It was a horrible fight.
It was an awful, horrible fight. But you know, I already have my jokes on that for. Oh man, me and PJ went in on this nigga.
Oh my god! On God, if I had to see this dude fucking put his cross his hands behind his back and do his struggle ass movement like just on some Roy Jones shit, I'm gonna fucking puke.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That fight was horrible. Like the only fight worse than Klitschko Fury is Klitschko Povetkin.
Yeah, and the funny thing is too is Klitschko Povetkin is not the worst fight in Klitschko's resume.
Oh, Ibragimov?
Yeah, that's the worst, horrible fight I've ever seen. Vlad.
That was awful.
And that was the one that killed his original American run, because that had a main event push.
Yeah, they tossed his ass off of HBO so fast. It's like, get out of here.
Yeah, you can't be going. Niggas had a Perry fest. What the fuck? Yeah,
I mean, let's be honest. That's the reason why most people felt like the heavyweight division was at its worst when the Klitschkos were at the forefront, because all of their fights were fucking shit fights.
Not exactly. Well, that period
you were just too dominant, and I mean, because you was getting boxing lessons and then late round knockouts, so it wasn't really no drama. I mean, and
yeah, no, to me, Vlad got. I think when he got fixed by Emanuel Stewart, that's when that's the Vlad that people didn't like too much.
It was the best and worst thing that ever happened to him.
Yeah, the best thing is it made the best thing is it built a Hall of Fame career from it. It made him dominant. It made him extremely dominant. I mean,
and the talent gap was just too far. You didn't have enough capable fighters who could really get on the inside and test Klitschko like that.
Yeah, exactly. And the ones that could do that were either ruined, like Lemon Brewster was, or they were retired by then, or they were just
yeah. Prime Mike Tyson wasn't fighting. Joe Frazier wasn't fighting. Beabucci was locked up.
Holyfield was losing to Larry Donald. Ugh.
Yeah,
that hurt my heart. Yeah, stuff like that. So that's why Klitschko got the rap. They got the rap that he got, But yeah.
But back to Fury, yes, because we had a whole side discussion because this fight sucked so fucking much.
Yeah, no, Fury, and I think now the plan is Fury and Wilder have to, win their next fights. Wilder, of course, will be facing Luis Ortiz again in a rematch. Of course, of why that's happening, who gives a shit, and why it should, So basically, it's like they're like they win the fights this year, and then they'll face off again in their rematch. The rematch should have obviously been this year, but Fury went and signed with Top Rank, which pissed off Wilder and his fans to no end.
Stay pissed off at them blind ass motherfucking judges. Right. They ruined 2019 heavyweight boxing. Blame those fucking judges. Blame them. If they would have gave Fury the correct decision, like we all seen it, we would have possibly got a Fury Wilder rematch. We'd have possibly got Fury Joshua. The whole division would have kept growing and going like how it was bubbling and how it was looking in 2018. But once that didn't happen, it just killed the whole momentum the heavyweights was building up. Then Joshua, he floundered into the year, couldn't get the fight with Miller going because Miller was on some super soldier shit. Mm-hmm. Fucking, he fights Ruiz, and then that happens, and then it's a great fight, but I mean, now more shit's even ruined because the Joshua Wilder fight already took a hit off of the Fury damn fight. Mm-hmm. It went down to me, in my opinion, because it's like, well, goddamn. Well, what if a guy who can box and punch gets this nigga next?
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of the situations where, like boxing, shot itself in the foot again.
They sort of history repeats itself. We know how Fury do when he fighting, when he has no purpose. These are the type of opponents he get. These Wallins and Schwartzes and this dude and the pizza guy and the Uber driver. We get these type of fights. He would have got the official win over Wilder. Oh man, and he's started training and more serious. Man, boxing could have really went a next level heavyweight wise, but it fell right on his face because one fuck up begets another fuck up, and after that fuck up, the Joshua Ruiz fuck up, and here we are. Wilder Brazil, and that one round knockout, fucking Fury. Schwartz 2-round knockout bullshit fight. Yeah. Another bullshit fight with Fury. Then Wilder in a bullshit rematch. Then Joshua in a rematch in a fight where he should have won the first fucking time. Yeah. Just a whole year. At the end of the day, we just gonna erase 2019 from boxing. And it also just shows me how big a deal Anthony Joshua is to the heavyweight division. Yeah, because once he lost, it's like the division died.
Yeah, it's like all the air got sucked out like a damn vacuum.
Yeah, it's like, okay, Fury fighting this guy, Wilder fighting this guy, whatever.
Yeah, and because unfortunately, the new heavyweight champion, Andy Ruiz, he's a question mark to some people.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, and not an in shape one either. Unfortunately. So
heavyweight now.
Yeah,
yeah, he's definitely feeling himself.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure.
So we'll see this. Let's see if you're a real champ, because you ain't a champ until you defend the belt. So
facts. So we're that's heavyweight for you, and that's why we have Tyson Fury. Now, I mean, honestly, we should think Fury should get rid of this guy probably within 5 rounds.
Knowing Fury and how he fights to the level of his competition, he'll probably drag this the full fucking 12.
Yeah, like he dragged Schwartz. The dragon was done when they pulled him for whatever alley they grabbed this guy.
Yeah, pretty much. But at least this card has has interesting undercard fight. It has Jose Pedraza versus Jose Cepeda. That might actually be a sleeper of a fight. You have Pedraza, of course. He scored. In the last round, scored a pretty bruising fight. He scored a knockout over the cat that took Verdejo's 0. Right, P?
Shut up.
Damn, what happened to Felix Verdejo? Is he got any fights lined up?
Nope.
No.
Damn. Yeah, I guess he training where Nicholas Walters training at. That dude is just disappeared.
Yo, real talking though, we should try to highlight missing players, milk carton status.
Yeah, we're going to have a milk carton episode. Where is this guy?
Yeah, where is this guy? And at least Verdejo's actually been on TV, I think, this year. But Verdejo,
but then after that, it was nothing.
Yeah, and he didn't look like either.
Same thing, where's Victor Ortiz? He fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of fighters are MIA right now. And then we have Jose Cepeda, who we just came on last time out against Jose Ramirez, and actually a pretty good fight. It was actually a pretty good close fight as well.
Zepeda really gave Ramirez everything he could fucking handle. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was a close fucking fight.
That was a very close fight. So it'll be interesting to see if Zepeda can hang with Jaza in this one. Like I said, that's
be able to. He needs to be trying to get a rematch with them Ramirez.
Right, and that's what we're talking about. Like that's probably a sweet. And of course we have Manuel Navarrete, conqueror of Isaac Dogbe, and he will be. I think he's like the main event role or co-main event role. I mean, he's actually doing a quick month turnaround, of defending that belt again, which is rare. You rarely see fighters actually do that, much less champions. So, yeah, I mean, even
you ain't got to do something. It hasn't been that year, you may as well keep these dudes active.
Right, yeah. Top
Fury main event, and I ain't trying to just shit on Wallin like that. I want to see dudes get their money, but let's just be honest. He hasn't done anything to earn a shot at the lineal heavyweight championship, and it's just a very underwhelming fight. That's all.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, man. But hey, that's heavyweight boxing. I mean, the best that we can wish for, as always, is fuckery. Yeah, we are disciples of fuckery.
We won't get.
Damn, is this supposed to be Mexican Independence Weekend?
Yeah, that's why because Fury was at them workouts today.
Man, how far we have fallen.
Did you really?
And everything.
I'm still laughing. You just said Wilder hasn't done anything to. I don't know why.
Wilder hasn't done what?
What did you say? Something about I didn't hear. My was something about doesn't do anything that deserves. I don't know. I was just like I don't know what you said.
Wallin hasn't done anything.
Oh, Wallin. Okay, I thought you said Wilder. What?
Oh, not Wilder. I mean, Wilder hasn't done anything to earn a rematch with Fury. To the lineal heavyweight champion. I mean, I don't think Brazil's enough. No.
Yeah, but Wallin really hasn't.
Let him fight Oscar Rivas or somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but this is just let's call it for what it is. It's a shit fight. But I feel like that sums up 95% of the heavyweight division these days. So yeah. I'm done being shocked or pretending to be shocked about it.
Yeah. Nah. Really, I mean, to be honest, the good heavyweight fights are in England these days. That's fact.
The good heavyweight fights are damn Fight Night Champion whenever that shit be done. Fuck out of here, them good heavyweights. We've had only maybe a handful of heavyweight fights that was decent this year and meaningful.
Yeah.
Oscar Rivas was in 2 of them.
Yeah, I attended one of them, so that's automatically yes.
So it's like, what I mean, like, and that's 2 non-champions. So come on.
Yeah. Heavyweight division. If heavyweight division wants to be the premier division, it needs to get its shit together.
It fell off, man. I'm telling you. That's why it's like these guys got to stop with these draw robberies and start getting the right motherfuckers to fight. That's what happens. Y'all stagnate a whole division.
Yeah, and you get this bullshit, and then the only way to unstagnate this is it's either another upset happens. So, like I said, that's why, as always, we wish for fuckery.
Yeah, but when you get your wish for fuckery, then it just drags back the division even more.
That's also true.
Yeah, so
fuckery comes with consequences.
Yeah,
this is double-edged sword. So when you say, we just got to root for fuckery, like I don't think you want to do that because
the fuckery begets fuckery. The fuckery was Fury losing to Wilder. Let's be honest.
Or drawing Wilder.
Yeah, he got robbed. That was the fuckery. That was fuckery.
Yeah, it was.
Was it the next fuckery is Big David?
Yeah, big baby.
That was the next fuckery.
Yeah,
That's two fuckeries in a row. Two fuckeries in a row. What's the next fuckery? Upset.
Yeah,
nigga, it works in threes, man.
Yeah, triple threat fucker.
You know, so yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, we have 3 cards. I mean, you know, obviously, you choose your pick. What was that, P?
I ain't saying that.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah. Somebody ordered a bacon cheese with lettuce and tomato.
Yeah. You know, and yeah, so yeah, I mean, those are 3 cards for this past you know, for this coming weekend. You know, yeah, you know, like I said, you know, boxing's been kind of light, you know, for this month, you know, until of course, you know, Spence Porter. In that case, obviously, you know, they have 4 fights there, which we will definitely talk about in more detail, as they're all pretty damn good fights.
Yeah, can't wait, man. I mean, y'all niggas know it's like I feel like we just going through the motions when we got cards.
Yeah, you know. But hey, like I said, you know, like I said, as always, if it's, you know, if the fights turn out to be good to watch, hey, it's a win. You know, sometimes that's what you can wish for.
If the fights turn out to be good, then hey.
Yeah, if the fights turn out to be good, something went wrong.
But that's the if, man. I'm tired. The boxing has too many fucking ifs. If this fight gets made, then this happens. Then if this happens, then this guy gonna go into another division. And then if this like, bruh, like, any more ifs in this fucking choose your own adventure story? Like,
since when did boxing become a long ass fucking like algebra fucking equation? What the fuck?
XY
like,
plus B.
Like long division, right?
Yeah, oh man.
Yeah, you know, boxing, you know, theater of unexpected. Boxing has its ebbs and flows, man. It is what it is, man.
Well, right now it's not really flowing all that well, but
yeah, it's stagnated.
Yeah,
yo, what happened to Leo Santa Cruz?
Yeah, talk about a disappointment.
Yeah.
He's supposed to make some sort of fight. I'm not holding my breath for that. Leo Santa Cruz. Like, I hear Leo Santa Cruz. I mean, I used to be a fan of Leo Santa Cruz during his bantamweight time. You know, but yeah,
I was never a fan of Santa Cruz like that.
You know, I think I hear his name and I'm just
not enough running and moving for you.
No, I don't know. I just was never all that impressed. I don't know. Too much like poor man's Margarito to me.
But I feel like with better boxing skills.
I don't know about all that. Wait, you talk about Margarito, right?
No, I feel like
no.
He got better boxing skills than Margarito.
Yeah, but he never fucking uses that.
No, because it's a competition. You only seen Leo Santa Cruz use his boxing skills maybe twice.
Yeah,
and he got like 40 fights.
Yeah.
You see Margarito use his skill and craft like damn near every fight because he's fighting guys who are threats. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, man, Margarito.
It's different.
Yeah, I mean, Margarito different level of threats.
Like Leo Santa Cruz, underachiever to me.
Well, when we saw Leo Santa Cruz do that shit with fucking Frampton in the first fight, he got his shit pushed back.
Yeah, he did. Like, I mean, that was coming, like, you know, and he barely beat Frampton the second time around. And and the funny thing
even the Morris fights were, like.
Yeah, the second one was better, but yeah, those fights weren't great. Like, they try to act like they're action Mexican fights, but no.
No, the funny thing, I mean, I don't think I like the second fight. And then the first fight, like, this was during the height of PBC, and people were going crazy over PBC. This was a main event. People were going crazy over this. I'm like, Johnny Gonzalez knocked out Morris in one. And it's just like that's all I have to say.
Yeah, and he never even ran it back. What the fuck? That was some bullshit.
Yeah, Mahrez already lost his juice, and I was an Abner Mahrez fan. Like, I feel like he gets underrated all the time, but he lost his juice by the time that fight happened.
Yeah. Well, he lost his juice. Fuck him. He lost his juice after he took out the juice out of Akbeko.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah,
that's bad refereeing. That's Mahrez. He was wrong on that shit, but the referee got to officiate and control the fight, man. Like,
who was that referee? Was it Vic Dracula?
No.
It was like, was it Russell Moore?
It was Russell Moore.
Russell Moore, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Dracula is decent for the most part.
Yeah, Moore
will be having some fuck ups.
Yeah,
He didn't start getting good until like the last couple of years.
Yeah,
I still don't think he's that good. He's just not.
He got decent.
Yeah, he's not as horribly as inefficient as he was.
Yeah, he's just slightly better than what he used to be.
Yeah, and he's prone for fuckery. Richard Steele syndrome.
I don't want that in my ring. No, I'm good.
I don't either. It happens.
Yeah, the only fuckery I want is like Steve Willis facial expression. That's it.
For real. Exactly. Shit, it fills up to me. Steve Willis, Tony Weeks, fucking Kenny Bayless. Like, you would only have like maybe 5 refs reffing all the time.
That's it.
And Smoger.
Yeah, Smoger. Yeah,
Smoger. Shit, I'll bring Joe Cortez out of retirement. Fucking, he'd still be a better ref at whatever age he is than fucking some of these refs.
Oh, man.
Richard Steele.
Nah, Joe Cortez was decent.
Yeah.
I'm fair, but I'm firm. Oh my God. This weekend boxing fucking sucks. We're sitting here talking about goddamn referees.
Some of the referees be characters, though. Like, I mean, some of them, I don't know.
Yeah, some of them, they
shouldn't be the focal point.
Yeah, some of them, they add to it, some of them, they hinder a fight, like Lawrence Cole.
or Robert Bird's bitch ass.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Who's the ref that was fucking up Rocky Juarez and Zahir Rahim?
Oh, I know I don't remember that one. It's still in my head.
Damn, I remember someone fucking that fight up.
Hold up. Rocky Juarez and Rahim?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't remember. But
was it Russell Moore for that?
I don't think it was Russell Moore.
It was Robert Gonzalez. There we go.
Robert Gonzalez. Okay.
Yeah, he was the referee.
Yeah, I don't really remember Gonzalez.
That's why he put out. I don't. Yeah, Robert Gonzalez. I might have to take a look, but that's not a name that probably sounds familiar. Like, he did a whole lot after that.
Got blacklisted. Like, nah.
Actually, I mean, the last one I did was 6 years ago. But not any notable.
But yeah.
It's crazy though. Like, referees. You talk about fighters. Like, you throw LSP and then bam, referees. That's what sometimes it happens. This is what happens when you have a slow boxing week.
Yeah, niggas just started talking about anything.
Yeah.
Like, all right, so what y'all have for dinner yesterday? Like, oh man, I had this rack of lamb. Some candy yams. Like, man, I had the El Philly cheesesteak.
But yeah,
niggas lunches is better than boxing.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, it won't last forever. Obviously, we will get. We'll get the more notable fights. I mean, there are definitely some on the horizon, in October and November. So, I guess, like I said, we hope for fuckery. We hope for some entertaining fights, or both.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like I said, boxing. That's what you can really say. That's all you can say about it. Boxing. So yeah, I mean, that brings us to the end of our show. LB, do you have any final thoughts?
Nah, not really. Y'all just make sure y'all hit up ringgangradio.com. Also got a new article out there. Brand loyalty in boxing.
Yes, and I recommend everyone to read that article because it's the truth. Like I said, it's the absolute truth. Like, it embodies real talk.
And we almost gonna have a whole episode on that shit. Like, but we'll let y'all get that. We'll let y'all read that shit first. But y'all check that out. Stay tuned. We're gonna be posting up the podcast. We got more shit on the way. More bars and boxing. We got a real big one coming soon. Bars and boxing. Prolific almost done with it. So
yes,
be on the lookout for that. Just follow us on everything. Remember, rate this shit 5 stars. Right. Subscribe on YouTube, everything, all of that.
Yep.
Go artists.
Go artist shit. King P, you got any final thoughts?
Nothing really. Just long live boxing, long live Ring Gang. Follow, subscribe, everything.
Exactly, yes, and that's the theme. Follow, subscribe, everything. If we know you guys are listening, we see our stats, so we know you guys are listening. But we would also like to see. We like to see it.
Yo, Pat, I got one more thing I want to say, man. I'm sorry.
What up, son? Oh yeah.
Nah, I want to throw this out there. I mean, y'all niggas know I be going in on this whole Canelo Kovalev shit. I'm gonna just put this out there. If Canelo opens up as a favorite in that Kovalev fight, when that shit do get official, all that does is just confirm what the fuck I've been saying about that damn matchup. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's like a 3-1 favorite.
Yeah, he might be more for I.
Yeah, he might be more. That's like a minimum. Cause I highly doubt Canelo will open as that big a favorite over Andre or Caleb Smith.
Yeah,
you're looking at maybe 2-1, and that's only because niggas think it might go the distance. Yeah. And anything can happen then. So yeah, I'm gonna just leave that out there.
Yeah. See,
for the motherfuckers out there that watch boxing.
See, like I said, I left my degenerate gambling ways to the side, but I may have to go through my.
We definitely, nah. We got to do that. Yeah. We ain't letting Canelo by KO go on this one.
Yeah, no.
Either that or the fucking redraw.
Of course, the fucking redraw.
Because there's no way he's losing that shit. Nah. That'll be the biggest cherry pick backfire since Amir Khan, Chris Algieri, and then that ain't even backfire, but it almost
did.
Oh man, but yeah, that's it. I ain't got that else to say, man. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, if Canelo opens up as a favorite on some anything higher 5-1 or higher, then this is
if he a favorite, period, though. Cause that defeat the purpose. How is it a big challenge if you going up in weight 2 divisions and you the fucking favorite?
Right, exactly. I mean, it's the Rocky Fielding shit all over again.
Yeah, like fuck out of here. Rocky Fielding with a jab now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, but of course, obviously, there'll be plenty more to talk about that fight when it's officially announced and whatnot. But yeah, asking myself, like the running theme is, like I said, we know you guys are listening because we see our stats, but yeah, throw a comment, throw a like, give us 5 stars, something in here to let us know, that you guys are listening and you appreciate the stuff that you're listening. But outside of that, until stay tuned. We always got stuff down the pipeline and everything, it's because we like to keep things moving. So for myself, Patscorpio, the New England representative, For LB, Shutterworth da Gawd, the GOAT artist, for King P, Bodega P. This has been another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So, yep, until next time. Peace.